Welcome to the Arsenal show. We are live, and stats and records are there to be broken. 3 years without losing once they've taken the lead, and the mighty Arsenal have crushed that stat.
Yep. 1-0
Out
down,
of the park,
2-1
mate.
up. We missed Man United's night up.
Nicholas Pepe, game
I told
changer.
you. Who told you?
Game
I told you.
Game changer.
I told you all. The Pep.
Changer.
I want apologies in the comments tonight. I want
Game changer. Absolute game changer. Who's in there? Johnny buzzing. We're all buzzing, Johnny. Johnny. Oh my word. What I mean, it weren't the prettiest game, but what I liked about Arsenal, is they didn't give up. And they not only didn't give up when it was 1-0 down, they did not give up when it was 1-0. They wanted that win. They knew how important it would be to get the 3 points off of Wolves and to stop them getting 3 points. 6 pointers. We're surrounded by 6 pointers. We've got Man United to play. We've got Chelsea. Okay, we can throw Chelsea in there as well. We've got Chelsea to play. We've got Tottenham to play. West Ham to play. We've got to play them all. And this is where it starts. Top 4 is on. It's fully on. Now, let's get into the professional side of things. I'd like to welcome my co-host right now, Steve K. How you doing, Steve?
How you doing, mate? How are you, Steve?
You seem pretty happy at the moment. I don't know why. Maybe it's something to do with that. The bottle.
Mate,
go on, give us your thoughts on the game.
Mate, I've gone through every emotion. I've slagged every Arsenal player off in the 5th minute. I've gone from the 6th. I'm just going through every emotion tonight. It was absolutely buzzing. I have had texts all day long. Oh, Wolves are going to do you over. They're going to turn you over. You can't handle the pressure. Arsenal, you always fought the final hurdle. You got nothing up front. Lacazette and Nicholas Pepe. Let's get into this. Let's get into it.
All right. Hold on a second. Couple of other things. Steve, quickly run us through some of the emotions you felt in the game when it was 1-0 down. It did honestly feel at some points like they're so good at defending. How are they going to break this Wolves team down?
Yeah, I mean, at one point, to be honest, being serious, I was seriously worried. At some point, I think there was players in her team, that just, that was having bad days, and people like Gabriel was getting caught out, and there was a few others, and there was people that couldn't get into the game. But as the game went on, just like what champions do, just like what teams that end up in the Champions League do, they come back from behind and they fight to the end. And that's exactly what we did. So, yeah, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't great. But like I said before, it's not about performances. It's about getting that result. And Arsenal tonight, they fought to the end. But we got that result. And we're big favourites now for that Champions League place. Just go and look at that league table.
they definitely have to be. Jordan, good to see you in there. If you're watching now, smash that like, smash that subscribe. We're going to get right into the player ratings right this second.
Oh, my voice has gone. Look, can't even talk.
Let's go. Obviously, we're going to dig a bit deeper into this come Tuesday when we've got hopefully got Simon in there. We're going to have Jerome in there. We're going to have Con in there as well. So we're going to be able to give a lot more detail into what we thought about the game. Plus, I'm probably going to watch it about 2 or 3 times more.
That's what it's about with Klexo.
Klexo's in there. Klexo's in it. There we go. Johnny's in there. As he's saying, that win will do the masses for us moving forward. It will help us instill a never know when they're beaten attitude. Love it. It's exactly what I was saying before, mate. I completely agree. At 1-0, you would expect most teams with a few minutes left to sit in and just take the point. But Arsenal didn't want to. They knew how important it was to get this point against Wolves, because Wolves are one of the teams that are causing trouble. Wolves are the teams that are taking points off of these other teams around us.
Yeah.
And they will take points off of these other teams around us when they play them. Wolves, solid performance from Wolves, even better from Arsenal in the end. And who better to score than the man who's getting pelters from us every other week? It's Alexander Lacazette.
He was getting serious pelters. Up until that goal, I was getting serious. Then I had to rewind it when I've come on here tonight. I was like, in 30 seconds. Right, what can I say about Lacazette now?
Calypso says, get in, my heart is not pumping blood right now. It's pumping Ruben Neves' tears. I absolutely love it. I hope Mikel Arteta moonwalks into the dressing room. 100%, mate. 100%. All right, let's get to it. Steve, Aaron Ramsdale.
Yeah, Ramsdale. I mean, look, Wolves tonight, they didn't really have much off it, but they look dangerous a lot. I mean, some of our defences, they put us in more trouble than probably what Wolves had for quality, to be honest with you. But Ramsdale tonight, I can't fault him for the goal. I just love his passion for Arsenal Football Club. Did you see him at the end?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
And the thing, him and Lacazette did it in the Newcastle game, and I think Ramsdale was also doing it in that Newcastle game as well. They know what this means.
Yeah.
It means so much. It means so much, and a lot of players were written off before the start of the season. Ramsdale was written off by some Arsenal fans as well before the start of the season. So and he's sticking it to them as well. So the more and more you give him.
I'm going to give Ramsdale. I can't give him 7 because he didn't do much to do, but I'm going to give him a high 6. A high 6. I'll give Ramsdale a 6 tonight. No, 7. 7. He's going to get another one for the passion. I mean, that is so important. It's like he's at the back there and he's sort of injecting something into them all, like as the game goes on, and it's fantastic. To have a goalkeeper like that. I'm going to give him a 7. Yeah.
All right, Gabriel, big mistake at the start, led to the goal. Looking at Gabriel tonight, it wasn't probably one of his best performances. He was sort of in and out. Sometimes he was doing like a very good last saving tackle, and he was winning balls in the air. There was a couple of times where, especially the goal, where he done, was a bad ball back, and obviously it could have. It could have ruined us our Champions League place, but he's got to be a bit more careful. But we give him that tonight. He can play better than that. He can play better than what he did tonight. He was giving a few balls away, but like I said at the time, he was still doing his thing. He was still carrying on and right to the end. So I give him a 6. A 6. Oh my God, We're 5 points off Chelsea with a game in hand. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. 5 points off Chelsea with a game in hand. That's ridiculous.
And we've got to play them.
We've got to play them as well. I'm getting goosebumps. Benjamin White, sorry.
I thought Ben White did again. I thought he done really well tonight. He looked like he was, back to his best, because I think a couple of games recently he's not been at his best. But I thought he played well tonight. So I'm going to give him. I'm going to give him a 7.
All right, Ben White gets a 7.
I think he was better than the Gabriel tonight. I've got to give him more than what I give Gabriel.
Yeah. No, he was, and he didn't give away a goal. Because Gabriel's, it was a giveaway. He gave away the goal. There's no two ways about it. You can put it how he wants, but it was a massive mistake, and he know that. But we move on, and he's over it. I'm sure he's over it now.
Yeah, I apologise to everyone in the comments today who's watching, because I think I'm going to be talking absolute gibberish.
Your voice is nearly gone, mate. Cedric,
what a man! I love this guy. I don't see what the problem is.
I don't get it, Steve. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get why people hate on Cedric so much. Yeah, because he's not. He wasn't bought as a £50 million right back. He's bought for £2 million. Yeah, to do a job, and that's what he does. He sits in. He does a job. He can go forward. He can get back.
Yeah.
He can defend. He's not the best defender. He's not the best attacker. He's a pretty bog standard average player, but he does a job for us when he comes in to take over from someone who's injured, and he don't complain as well. And when he was asked about selling him on, he said, "I want to stay. I want to stay.
Yeah.
I want to stay in this team." And that's not because he wants the money. He knows this is a good thing.
Yeah, yeah, and I think you could tell by listening to him on he's on quite Twitter he does a lot of social media, and I think you can tell by his posts and that he's a right nice, good family guy. And tonight he just done everything right tonight. He's just done everything right. I mean, when people sort of say, "Well, I'm not too sure, I don't like Cedric," especially if I like him, I even make more of a sort of a point.
You watch him more.
Watch him more and more. And then again tonight, at the end of the game, I was like, what? This guy he's like what you said, he's not the greatest defender, but he was more than adequate tonight at defending. He got down forward. Oh my God, he done a couple of balls that he done, like 40-yard balls across the pitch, that just pinged it in front of, Martinelli. Both 2 times. I was like, wow, look at that. But no one will mention it, but I'm mentioning it. And I think tonight, for me, he was close on an 8, but I'm going to give him a 7. Well done, Cedric.
Do you know what it is? People keep talking about this Jed Spence. You keep talking about Jed Spence, yeah? He's a right player, but he's also was at Nottingham Forest, and they've loaned him out to Middlesbrough. And apparently, you're talking about him being better than Tomiyasu. You're talking about him taking over from Cedric. Stop playing FIFA, open your eyes, and start figuring out why a player has been loaned out to a rival who's going for playoff spot in the same league. And not just the Premier League, the Championship, yeah? Take that in. This kid got released from Fulham while they were in the Prem to then go to Middlesbrough, yeah? And then Middlesbrough loan him to Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
Take that in, people.
Yeah.
Yeah? Now, even if Jed Spence is a prospect, you got to have a think about, that he's turned it on in 2 games against Arsenal and Leicester, and you don't hear anything otherwise other than that. How about you ask some Middlesbrough fans why he's not at Middlesbrough this season, rather than just looking at your own team and thinking that grass is green on the other side. It ain't always greener, people, and especially when you've got that lawn, you don't want to mow it. Trust me.
But that's exactly what it is. It's exactly what you said with FIFA. They have a good game on FIFA, and then they get on Twitter and say, "Oh yeah, Jed Spence is better than Cedric. We should have him."
Yeah,
that is exactly it.
That is
exactly it.
That's all
Great.
it is.
Well done tonight, Cedric, and not just tonight. For the ever since
last,
been out.
Exactly. But people pinpoint in the 22nd minute of the first game he came back to debutise against Cedric, against Tomiyasu. He made a misplaced pass, and I'm never going to forgive him for that. What would you giving him? 7?
Yeah.
All right, 7. Kieran Tierney.
Yeah, I thought again he was one of them players at the beginning of the game. I thought was struggling. I didn't think he was like the Kieran Tierney that we're used to seeing. But as again, it's just like many of the players tonight. They just grew in the game, and that was the best thing to see about tonight. That we've gone behind against such a good side with such good players, and we've said we're not losing this. We want that Champions League space, and Kieran Tierney was one of them. And it wasn't his best game tonight, but he fought and he fought and he fought. He did give the ball away a couple of times, but I can't praise him enough for. I love it when I see a player who's not having his best of games and he's not
keep on trying
and just going and going and going. I love that. He obviously he wasn't a Cedric tonight. I can't give him 7, but I'll certainly give him a 6. And I thought he had a good day, more than an average game.
It's all you ask for as a fan. Like when you're having an off day, you want to see a player keep trying and not give up. And Kieran Tierney never gives up. And sometimes you can play yourself back into a game if you're having a bad game and you just keep on going. Well done, Tierney. Granit Xhaka.
Yeah, great Granit Xhaka. I thought again, very similar to Kieran Tierney. I thought first half he was quiet. He didn't really do much wrong, but he wasn't getting forward like I've seen Granit Xhaka do, in past games. He's, and pinging balls forward. But I think Mikel Arteta must have said something to him at half time, because when he came out the second half, he was on a different level to what he was on the first half. He was pinging it. He was playing balls through it. I mean, on the where I was watching it, I think it was Andy Townsend. He was saying that Jack, a different player the second half. He was just pushing forward, playing balls, and he was dangerous. He was like an attacking midfield player. But I think tonight, Grant, he was really quite poor the first half. Not that you didn't do anything megally wrong, but I just think we needed more from you. So again, I'll give you a high 6 tonight.
I love the way Granit Xhaka tried to pull Jimenez off the pitch, and he weren't even meant to go off, and he got a yellow card for it. Yeah. Gotta love that. Love that. All right, Thomas Partey.
At the beginning, first half, I thought he was the best player. Mm-hmm. I thought he was our best player in the first half. Second half, I think Granit Xhaka and Partey formed that partnership that we've seen over the weeks, where that brotherhood they've got, and I think that's why we were so good in that second half. But I think Thomas Partey, the first half, I thought he was our best player. He did give the ball away a couple of times, but he was dangerous the first half. He was powerful. He was getting forward, and it was like the Partey that I've wanted to see for so long. He was like getting on that ball and then sort of going that way. Because there was a couple of players tonight that wasn't doing what I wanted them to do on an offensive type of thing, but he was doing it. I thought he was excellent tonight. I really thought he was excellent.
He's playing with a different level of confidence. I'd probably say since I think it was the Southampton game in November. He's just been at different levels of good. Sometimes he's been excellent. Sometimes he's just been good. But the consistency since then, I think, has been unquestionable. And it's good to see, because Thomas Partey playing at this level consistently, I hope it continues for many, many years, because he's a danger, as well as just being a midfielder who can bosh it about and win balls.
Yeah, so it's just that second half. I'm just as I'm thinking of it, I'm like, yes, Thomas, thank God, because I used to get people DM me and say like that I didn't like Thomas Partey for some reason. I didn't like him because he was toilet. When it wasn't nothing to do, we don't like him. I don't not like any Arsenal player. I just criticise on the game. But I'm giving him 8 tonight. I thought he was fantastic.
All right, Thomas Partey gets an 8. Martin Oligard.
I thought he was quiet. Mm-hmm. I didn't think he was as lively as what I've seen him recently. I didn't see him on the ball as much.
Is Wolves a game for Oligard to shine? Thinking back on it,
I think like with Oligard, it's not like he's going to have the ball all the time, or is it? Yeah. He's not going to have it every second. When some games he's on the ball a lot, he's not going to get. It's going to be like that. It's going to be like a battle of a football match. So probably not, mate. Probably not. I don't. Maybe not an Oligard. Maybe it was a game where he could have been pulled out. But again, he worked hard. He didn't do a bad job. It's just not to the standard of what I've seen him recently. But I don't care. He's such a good mood tonight. I don't care. But I'm going to give him a 6. What do you think, mate? On Oligard.
I mean, I'm not the person to ask. I'm going to watch the game 2 or 3 times, and then I'll give my full verdict on Tuesday.
Johnny, give him an 8. Okay.
All right, Johnny's giving him an 8. What are you saying, Calypso? What's your thoughts on Oligard? Would you give him a 6? 7? Would you give him?
I give him a 6, just due to the fact that I don't think he played as well, and I think it just wasn't one of them games where Oligard wasn't pinging it into channels or anything like that, making chances, and that's what Odegaard's there for. And but look, let's not get I'm not putting him down or anything. For me, he could be one of our best Arsenal players this season. Could be Player of the Year.
I think he is up there. He's definitely up there.
But just tonight,
Gabriel Martinelli.
Again, I thought he could have done more. I thought he was quiet. I thought he tried really hard. He was running up and down that flank. There was a couple of times where I think sometimes he tries too hard. Sometimes I think he can lay it off. And I think sometimes you always want your offensive players to be direct. But sometimes I think he was too direct. And there could have been times where he stopped. He could have looked up.
But that's what Arteta said about he needs to work on his game. Well, previously, because he does everything at 100 miles an hour. Yeah, is he forgetting the lessons he's learned along the way and getting back at that? Because when you do a bit like when Arsenal were finding some form, it only took for us to score a goal for us to then sit in and then go play within ourselves. Is Martinelli doing a similar thing where he's in such good form at the moment? He's forgetting the lessons he's learned along the way, that he has to slow down sometimes and he has to fluctuate his pace to really get into some of these defenders.
Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. He's very young, and it's something that he's got to improve on. But he's definitely got the ability to do so. I just think he was trying to do too much tonight. That was basically, that's not really a fault. But there was at times when he could have just laid it off, and I'm thinking, just stop, think, look across, lay it off instead of going direct and having a shot, because he was having shots at angles where, with difficult angles, and it had to be like a worldie if you was going to score for them angles, Yeah. So, but he'll learn, and I agree exactly what you said just then. But again, he wasn't bad. He had a decent game. He worked hard. So again, very similar to Oligard. Didn't have a bad game. Worked hard, played well. I'll give him a 6.
It was a 6. Bukayo Saka.
I thought he was quiet again. I thought he was a little bit quiet. Again, I thought our offensive players were a little bit quiet tonight. And I thought I think with Bukayo, he gets himself in so many good positions sometimes. I think he's finishing needs. I think he just needs to have some shooting practice. Because if he could get, he wiggles his way through and he gets his shots in, and they're just a little bit powder puff for me. And but again, it wasn't a bad performance for him. He was just, I just thought Martinelli and Saka. For me, I think I said in the Arsenal show that tonight wasn't going to be a game for like players like Martinelli and Saka and the offensive player. It was going to be a battle, to the end, and I think that's what it was. So again, nothing that Saka did wrong. He worked hard. I give him a 6.
All right, Saka gets a 6. Alexander Lacazette.
I must admit, I'll be honest. Up until about the 7th minute, I was screaming at him. I was, he was like a midfield player, and I'm thinking before, get up the pitch.
He's too deep sometimes, isn't he?
He's too deep.
He's too deep.
And he's picked the ball up. He was like, people were screaming, "Oh, what a great tackle in our corner flag!" I don't want him at the corner flag.
Yeah.
It was a great tackle. But I don't want my centre forward in the corner flag when we're losing 1-0 and we need to get a goal. I want you up there. You should be waiting up there. But there was, to be fair to him tonight, in the end, to be fair to him, everything sort of come together, once the final whistle went, because once you analyse everything, and the fact that, he scored the winner, you've got to give your fair dues to him again. And he just worked so hard, and he's come up with a goal that's won us the match. But I still feel that we're very short. But up front. But if we can just keep nicking games like that, I mean, that'd be fantastic. But I've got to give Lacazette, when I think about it, I've got to give him an 8.
Give him an 8. Lacazette. Who came on first? Tavares came on for Tierney, didn't he? Yeah. Tavares.
Yeah. It was like he wasn't on for long, was he? It was hardly on.
Yeah, he went on for long.
For long.
5 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, 5.
Just came on Pepe and Eddie and Ketia. We'll do Eddie and Ketia first.
Yeah.
Eddie.
Well, I mean, I've had a go at Eddie the last few weeks, and for good reasons as well. But I thought he done well tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he done well. He looked up for it when he came on. I see when Arteta pushed him on to go on, I see him slap his arse as if to say, "Get on there and do something." And to be fair, he did. He was closing people down, pressing. And when he was pressing, he was winning balls. He was chasing back. When Wolves were attacking, there was a couple of times where he won the ball in the midfield and was turning the play and were putting us on the offensive. And well done, fantastic. That's what you want to see from a substitute. And yeah, big up to Eddie. Tonight he's still not, for me. He's still someone who I feel needs to move on. Mm-hmm. But if he continues on that kind of plays that kind of way every week, then
can help us get in top 4.
Yeah, and maybe it'll help him with his career. Maybe he can find himself a decent club in the Premiership. And yeah, if he keeps that type of form going, so yeah, I'll give an Eddie on a substitute rating a 6.
All right. I think that's a fair result. And Nicolas Pepe, I mean, he was the game changer, weren't he? Nicolas Pepe.
He's saying. I told you, mate. This guy had to be tried. He come on and he scored the goal. He come on against Brentford. Right, I thought he smashed it up when he come on at Brentford. Right, he looked good. Obviously, he couldn't play him from the start. Arteta, because he has to keep with a winning side. He's brought him on. He's not got the ump. He's came on. He's done the business, and he's got his goal. What a goal it was! What a fantastic, what a credible goal!
Great turn, great finish, and I think you said it there. He's not got the ump, and he hasn't the whole time. Nicolas Pepe. Some would probably look at Nicolas Pepe's demeanour and the way he is, and think that he's going to be unprofessional. He's going to be throwing his toys out of the pan, but he's been nothing but professional. He's sat there, and people who say are not in his position, are not as good as him, are coming on in front of him in his place, and he's still sitting there and being professional. And you've got to commend him for that. And he came on today and he took his chance with a pomp, mate. The touch and turn and finish was unreal. Quality, Nicolas Pepe.
Yeah. Well, how many times have we said it, Kieran? How many times we said it? It's been so frustrating with Nicolas Pepe. We know what you can do. Mm-hmm. We just know it. We've seen it so many times. We've seen your ability. We've seen these turns. We've seen the finishing of the guy. The guy's got an incredible finish, and he's just, I'd see him playing AFCON, and I thought he was fantastic. And I think that AFCON's got there's some good players in AFCON. Mm-hmm. There's some very good players. If you're out in AFCON and you're playing well and you're scoring goals, you're coming back into the Premiership, and you're going to be, you're going to be on it. Mm-hmm. It's a good level. It still is it's a very good level, and he's come back and he's on it, and he could be that player who takes us to the Champions League. He's the one that could start getting us those goals every now and then, because as you already said, that finish, that touch, that turn, we all know that. We've seen it before.
That's not easy.
It's not easy, and in that kind of pressure, and they keep going on the back. Oh, he's got a price tag on his head. He don't care. He can't care less about.
He don't care. He don't care. He's forgotten about it.
He didn't pay the money. It's not his fault that someone paid 72 million. Mm-hmm. But that don't mean anything. And he was excellent tonight. I'm so pleased because that I know what he's capable of, and I've just wanted him to go on there and prove it to people to say, there you go, that's what I can do. And he's gone out there tonight and been and smashed it. And I'm so pleased for him. Well done. And he's come on as a sub, so I can't give mega high marks, but he certainly gets a 7 from me.
All right, Nicholas Pepe with a 7. Yeah, I thought when he came on, he was a bright spark. He was a constant danger. He was exactly what you want from a substitute, a forward substitute as well. And I thought he was very good when he came on. And Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, Mikel Arteta. I think he picked probably the team that I expected him to pick. Looking at in hindsight, we could have maybe Emil Smith-Rowe could have played instead of Martinelli, but again, I think you'll find that Martinelli might be rested the next game. I think Emil Smith-Rowe will come in.
Yeah, what was wrong with Smith-Rowe today? Because it must have been an injury or illness or something. What was wrong with him today?
I don't know. Maybe in the comments, maybe they can tell us.
Yeah, because he wasn't even on the bench. So that said to me that it was something that was like an injury or last minute or something. Because I've not heard anything about what happened to Smith-Rowe, but there's no way he would have been dropped today. I don't think. I think he's earned his shirt. He scored the other day. It wouldn't make sense to drop him. He played well the other day as well. So
no. And what you do is you don't drop a player who's playing well, do you? We've seen that Arteta doesn't do that. Even though Martinelli has now come back, into the side is available for selection. You don't. If a player's doing well, you don't swap him over. And who knows? Tommy Ashley might be in trouble now. We might have a new right back for a while. He might be trying to get his.
Well, the thing is, look, I'm not saying that Tommy Ashley's going to be in trouble, but look what happened with Tavares. Kieran Tierney had to wait and bide his time before he got put back in it. It weren't a case of, you're the right back, you go straight in. Because then Tavares loses all motivation. Tierney's rests on his laurels, which Tierney's not that player, but you've got to send a message to the rest of the players who could potentially get that position that you keep on fighting because you could come in that spot. If you start letting people just come in and because you was injured, you can come straight back in when the other person's played really well, then there's no point. There's no point. And you'll lose the squad. So Emil Smith was sick, I think.
Yeah. Tonight I'll give Arteta an 8 tonight. And one thing you could tell from tonight, these guys, they play for him, don't they? They play for him. And this it's not often that I've seen Arsenal really fight towards the end, but it's getting that way now.
But it wasn't just to the end, Steve, because I could understand if it was 1-0 and there's 2 minutes left and you scored an equaliser. I can get that. It was 1-0 and they were still going. They were still going at 1-0. They could have been caught on the counter. They did again. This team is fearless. They are fearless. I can't remember a team like this for Arsenal. I can't remember a team. It's been so long. Yeah. They are playing without fear. Even in the days with Wenger, and we had some brilliant teams with Sanchez, Ozil. There was certain games we were coming to. And it was like we'd already lost because they played with that element of fear. They feared this team that we could lose against them. They're a danger. This team, they do not care. These players don't care who you are. They don't care. They don't care if they're playing. Oh my! I'm so excited about this team.
I've just seen the league table at the corner of my eye. Like,
these players don't care. I don't care who you are. I don't care. It's like when a bully goes into and says, "Hey mate, gives you lunch money. This kid is looking at him in the eyes, dead in the eyes, like, I don't care who you are. You're not having my money. They don't care who you are. They will take you on. I love this team.
Yeah, they've all heard the mouth all through the week. Oh, Arsenal, this, you're that, you're celebrating, all that. You know, because they're young kids trying to think that they can, you know, scare them, get it up them. You know, well, nah, you're not going to get it. When we've got fighters in our side. You know, even from the goalkeeper, from Ben White to Gabriel to Kieran Tierney to Partey to Xhaka to Lacazette, fighters. Just every single player is someone who fights non-stop. Whether they have a half-decent game, whether they have a great game, they always come off that pitch and they will always say they fight. And it's like you said, it's so exciting now. Just you know, I just want the next game to come around. But what a position we're in now. And it's just, you know, it's after Tottenham losing yesterday, it's just getting better and better.
Yeah, Johnny. For me, they're never a comfortable watch. I'm always uncomfortable, mate. I can't. Right now, there's not a game that I can enjoy. I enjoy it once I watch it again. I always watch the game again because I can't enjoy it while I'm watching it. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm always worrying. It's just how it is. Like there's so much at stake this season that I can't fully enjoy a game. I can only enjoy it once I'm watching the full match again.
Yeah. See that was my problem. I mean, I've always said, especially on the Arsenal side, I said I want this Champions League so much, and I just for tonight. The best thing about tonight for me is seeing Pepe do what he did, because now I know we've got a player who can possibly come off the bench and just change a game like that, and that the team will look round when he comes on and go, "Oof, Pepe," you know, whoa, this geezer could burn us. This geezer 100%. Could go and just rip us now. We've got to be careful. Put that, like you said a little while ago, put that fear into them. You know, and players off the bench, you put fear into it when they come on. And it's like, that's why, you know, a few games ago, you was looking at bringing players who wasn't in form, like Eddie Nketiah, and you was looking at young kids. We was looking at, you know, what's his name? Charlie. What's his name?
Charlie Patino.
Charlie Patino. I mean, great player for the future, but not for the now. We don't want to see them on the bench. They're not going to come on. Teams ain't going to be scared of them. But players like Pepe, they know that he can rip them apart. Yeah. And wow, great goal tonight.
Yep. All right, people. We've nearly given you a full bloody show. Look at that. The youngest team in the Prem doing bits. They certainly are. And the pun was intended. Johnny said, Wolves got sent packing. Love it. Love it. All right, people. If you are new to the show, press that like and subscribe button. Appreciate all the support. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you change your settings so you come over and join us in the chat. If you're watching on Twitter, come over and join us in the chat as well. What a win from Arsenal. Come on. 2-1. Thanks for joining us tonight, Steve.
Pleasure, mate. Absolute pleasure.
All right. As I always say, peace out, people. Stay safe. Hold on, where is it?
Come on, you Gunners!
Come on, you Arsenal.